Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're doing a Christmas craft. Please excuse the fact that we are in this room. It's not looking very festive at the moment, but it will in kind of no time, I am sure. We're in my office just because the lighting is so bad. I've got lights in here, we can see what's going on. We're on to a winner. So in order to take this cushion cover just looking plain like so and turning it into something a little bit more festive, we're going to be doing a little bit of needle punching today. I've already practiced, I've got them completed, they look amazing, but I am going to be doing one final one to share with you today so that you can see exactly how I did it and recreate it yourself. So the needle punch that I'm using is just this one here, just a standard one. You get this at Hobbycraft, Amazon, anything like that. If you haven't already got one, it's a size 10 and it's like one of those big fat chunky ones. The wool that I'm using is this one and this one here. I'll put a picture of the label on screen. I've got a couple more kicking around because I bought them while they were on offer in Hobbycraft, as well as using those wools for the needle punching. We're going to be using them with a pom-pom maker as well to make some pom-poms for the corners of the cushions. I'm so excited for that. So I'll show you how I do that, where I got my pom-pom makers from and everything like that in this video as well. So yeah, hopefully you stick along with this little craft and let's get going, shall we? So for this DIY, I was actually going to be using these fabric napkins, which I showed in my recent charity shop haul, if you would have seen that. I actually filmed that yesterday because I got distracted when filming this DIY and it didn't end up going in time, so we're taking it off again today. Anyway, so yeah, this is the fabric that I was going to be using. I bought this specifically for this because it's a nice thick weave and I didn't have to obviously buy any of the expensive like monk fabric to do the punch needling, but unfortunately I wanted to save 4 of these. I bought 8 in a set and I wanted to save 4 for the actual napkins, but I don't know where the other ones have gone. I've cut 1 in half to use for this project, but I don't know where it is. So we're going to be using hessian for the back of this like final one. It's going to work out fine. I've used hessian for the backing of punch needles before, so that's what we're going to do. In order to get the circle shape, I'm just going to draw around like a cup or something like so. Just do this right in the center. The hessian, by the way, is in an embroidery hoop. That's what this is. If you're not already familiar, it's just going to hold it down and frame it into place whilst we do all our pattern. And then what I'm going to do is divide this into 6. So divide it in half, kind of up there, 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 and there, like that. And then we're going to curve out these lines. Okay, so basically put a curve on all of the lines, making sure they're all evenly spread out. And as you can see, got a nice little peppermint swirl there. So punch needle wise, like I said, I'm going to use the number 10 with this kind of size yarn, a nice chunky one. Looks to be about the same size and it's worked out perfectly so far. So I'm going to thread this on through using the little needle threader thingy. Then to start the first one, I usually just kind of like pop it somewhere in the middle, pull the threads through on the other side, and then I just hold it down into place whilst I punch my first couple of threads. So when needle punching, if you've never done this before, basically you pull up your needle, stab it all the way in, pull it out again without lifting the thread out. You move across a little bit, punch it in, pull it out again, and you just keep going basically. And what happens is it creates loads of loops on the other side, which kind of like makes it look like a little carpet. So what I like to do is go around the outside of each little section first of all. So each section of the white ones first of all, and then I fill them in. I do turn the frame and I turn the needle kind of in the right way that I'm going. So as I'm going this way, the needle is kind of pointing upwards. Okay. And now I've gone around all of the outside, as you can see. Just the outside of that one little section of the swirl. I'm just going to fill that in quickly and then go around and do it on the other one and do it on the other one so that I've got red gaps in between, like 3 red ones, and then I'll show you how I do the red one, just in the same basic way. Right, so I've switched over to the red one. I'm going to get right in to like this centre here in between these 2, put my thread in just to start it out, and we're going to just start going round and doing the outline of the red one. Now what I like to do is push over the threads of the white ones. Do you see them? Like, because they're quite thick, just push over so that the loop on the other side will right up next to that white one. Pushing them over, making sure my loop goes through. If any of them loop over by accident into the white bit there, like it just caught it, we'll sort that out in a minute. But until then, I'm just going to carry on do the outline around the circle again. This is like such an easy like little embroidery craft. I love it. It's so therapeutic. Just stabbing your way through this fabric. And they come out so nicely as well. So yeah, got a nice little loopy red bit, and I'm going to fill that in, do the rest on the other ones as well, and I'll show you kind of how I finish it off when we've done that. Needle punchy bit done. I'm just going to remove that from the frame like so. As you can see, the other side is looking gorgeous. I'm going to cut off any of these threads like that, and then what I'm going to use is my Cricut weeding tool just to punch through any of these like threads here. So like just the odd white one that doesn't look like it belongs in the pattern, like so. That kind of really neatens up that bit. This one here doesn't look quite right. Maybe it's the red one that's out of place. Red one out of place, or white one. Thinking maybe the white one. Poke the white one back through. Yeah, that already looks better. And then the white one here as well. Just to neaten them up, just kind of poke it back through. There, super cute. Look at the edge there. Don't like that one. Nice. So next thing I like to do, again, just chop off any really big bits from the back. Is just cut off any major excess. And just keep any of those threads from coming back through. I'm just going to use a whole lot of PV glue. And just really kind of set that down, cover it all in that, get my fingers in it, and just fold in these. And I'm actually going to stitch down the hessian. So take a needle and thread. This is going to be a lot easier if you have obviously thinner fabric, or you're using like that napkin fabric as a base, or like just a thick weave cotton rather than hessian. But this is all I had for today, and I wanted to finish this DIY today, so I thought this will be fine. You don't really see this anyway. Okay, so as you can see there, you can't see any of the stitches on the front, but they are there on the back, and I'm just going to keep going until I'm all the way around. So as you can see here, I've got 3 of the full ones. One of these still has obviously the wet glue on that I've just completed. I also did some half ones as well, just in the exact same way, just cut it down the center and made sure that they were kind of like half ones. And yeah, that's how I've laid them out. I think it looks really good and random with like the half ones on the edges and then the 3 in the center. So I'm going to hand stitch these now to the front of the pillowcase. So I've been testing out different pom-poms and stuff for the corners, and I don't like the mix of the red and the white together, but I also don't want just like red and white ones. So I think what I'm gonna do is do half red, half white, just using the pom-pom maker. So I've just kind of put this like ivory white on one side. I'm gonna use the same red that I've used on the rest of them on this side here, and I think that that will give me like just enough fun texture and like pattern for the corners. Pom-pom maker, by the way, is actually from HomeBargains. You get them in the set free, I think for £1.79. Really good deal. I used to think that pom-pom makers weren't worth it, then I used them and I was like, oh my goodness, life changing. So definitely keep your eye out for these in HomeBargains if you're in there. This one here is the kind of blue middle one. There is a yellow one, like a smaller one, and then a bigger pinky red colour as well. So yeah, it's over usually in the sewing section. So I'm just going to make these, like I said, cut them down and sew them onto the corners of the cushion. Okay, so welcome to my sofa. Are you ready for the grand reveal? Totally forgot to finish this video. So here you are, seeing it in situ. Look at the cushion. So yeah, obviously I attached the pom-poms, I attached all of the peppermint swirls on there, and I think it looks so good. I've got it just layered on this throw here. This throw is one from Dunelm. It's so nice, so luxurious, so thick. I'll link it down in the description because it is like a new one on there. I got it for my birthday from my mum, but still, it's new in there. But yeah, close up of the cushion. Look at this. Look at these punch needle bits. Don't they look so good? Look at the texture of them close up. I was kind of worried about this looking tacky and cheap, not gonna lie, but I think with the like big chunkiness of the wool, the pom-poms on there being like all kind of the same, I think it kind of works out, you know. I love it. The only thing that I didn't take into consideration is when it sits down, you don't really see this one. So if I was to do it again, I would definitely make sure this one here was a whole one, so that when it sits down, you would at least see it, because, oh look, you don't see it down there, you know? So I would definitely change that, but besides that, I'm very happy. I think I want to find like a slightly bigger red cushion to go in behind, like a solid red, and then this one in front. I think it would look gorgeous, but until then, I've just got this one. So thank you so much for tuning in today for the video. I don't suspect anyone's actually going to make this DIY, but hopefully it inspires you. Maybe to make your own one, I don't know. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you again very soon for another Christmas video. Got to do some Christmas shopping me's, got to do some Christmas crafty bits coming your way, like decor pieces, got to do maybe some Christmas DIY gifts. I don't know. Just going to make it up as I go along, but you'll be seeing a lot of my face, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you again very soon for one of those videos that I just spoke about.